Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Nomvula who lived in South Africa. She was a passionate activist who was always looking for ways to make a difference in her community. One day, while browsing the news online, she came across a headline that caught her attention. South African government accused of corruption in PPE procurement scandal. Nomvula was outraged. She knew that corruption was a major issue in South Africa and that it was keeping people trapped in cycles of poverty and oppression. She started to think about how this related to the famous quote from Socrates, "The unexamined life is not worth living." She realized that corruption flourished when people did not take the time to reflect on their actions and examine their own behavior. When people became complacent and accept corruption as the norm, it perpetuates the cycle of poverty and inequality. Nomvula decided to take action. She started a community group that focused on promoting critical thinking and self-reflection. Through this group, she encouraged people to examine their own behaviors and to challenge corruption whenever they saw it. As news of the PPE procurement scandal continued to unfold, Nomvula and her group organized protests and rallies to demand accountability from the government. They called for an end to corruption and for a more just and equitable society. Their efforts paid off. The South African government was forced to investigate the corruption allegations and make changes to its procurement processes. Nomvula and her group were celebrated as heroes in their community for their efforts to promote critical thinking and fight corruption. Nomvula realized that Socrates was right. The unexamined life truly is not worth living. By taking the time to reflect on our actions and challenge corruption, we can create a better world for ourselves and for others.